Hello, welcome back to the Premier League Predictor here at the Royal Oak Pub in New Malden. This week we're joined by Billy. Thanks for joining me this week.
No problem,
Billy
mate.
is an avid Chelsea fan. You can see from the shirt he's wearing.
Good to be
it's actually
here.
a gift from me, actually.
It is. Yeah. It is. It fits really well.
Really nice. Classic old shirt.
Yeah.
This week, as Billy is a Chelsea fan, we are going to. Our topic this week is going to be Chelsea related. For PLP Discussions, we're going to be talking about Graham Potter. And Chelsea struggles this season, and obviously all the new signings as well. And obviously we'll be doing the prediction video, which will come out later. Let's talk about Chelsea to start off with. You happy with the season so far? Probably not.
Good answer. No, not at all. Thing is, we had such a hectic end to last year. I think that's really where the problem started. Yeah. Was there's politics and everything involved in this. So you got the war in Ukraine, the Abramovich being sanctioned, and I think even the way that was handled, kind of, with the government having to get involved and freezing our assets, we lost players that we lost Rudiger, where he wanted to sign with us again. So defensively we're weaker, and we had to buy players which we weren't planning on buying. And
I think the whole club was in a bit of turmoil, wasn't it? Really? Yeah,
we didn't really know what was going to happen to us for a long time. But then obviously we've got this consortium, and that's just a whole different. We don't know what's going to happen with them as well at the time.
Seems to be quite rich though, Todd.
Well, I looked. I think it's over 10 billion that the consortium's worth.
Yeah.
Which when you compare to City, I think they're like 20 billion. But then you look at Newcastle, and they're like 320 billion.
Yeah.
In net worth for the owners.
Yeah.
So loads of money, and as you can see, we've gone out recently and started trying to fix a lot of problems. But I'm confident. Although the season, back to your question, has gone terribly so far, mid-table is not where we want to be.
No. I mean, the game against Liverpool was, it was labelled that it was going to be like a mid-table clash, and it was.
It really was.
0-0. Yeah. Neither team wanted to lose.
I think it was worse than a mid-table clash.
I know. It wasn't. Both teams are struggling. Obviously, Chelsea have got a better financial backing now.
Yeah.
We've spent quite a lot of money in January so far.
A lot of money.
6 signings I've noted down here.
Recent one today.
About 200 million, which is a lot for January. I mean, that's
must be one of the highest, I think, in
so
January.
Chelsea have spent more than any other club in Europe combined
so far this season in January. Yeah.
So
it's just mad.
One club against the whole clubs of Europe. I mean, not many other clubs in Europe do use January as a transfer window. We use it a lot. We abuse it.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at, we've had to. We have to do it. There's signings we brought in the summer haven't quite been performing, but more than anything, we were in a good place at the start of the season. We were like, okay, there's pretty good. We've got some new signings we could do well with, a couple of good games. We had a pretty decent start, and then just injuries. At one point we had a whole full 11 team injured for starting 11 essentially.
Yeah.
And up until now, that's plagued us horridly. Our best players as well. You've got left back, right back.
Yeah.
Even in midfield, you've got people like Kante out. Even Kovacic has been out, in and out. It's just been horrendous. Sterling.
Out of the new signings, do you know all of them?
No, it's been hard to keep up.
This is the thing.
So hard to keep up. But
I've got 6 here. I mean, I didn't know.
So Datro.
3 of them.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with them. But Datro.
BOEHLY, is it?
BOEHLY, he's already looking really strong.
Yeah, and then
replace Koulibaly. Mudryk, obviously, we're all very excited about Mudryk.
Yeah, he's good. And then the one this morning, Gusto, fullback, who's been loaned back to
Lyon.
I think. Yeah.
He's loaned back to Lyon for the rest of the season.
But the others I didn't know. Fofana, not the Fofana from Leicester, another Fofana.
Datro, Fofana, yeah.
And then, Santos, 18 million. And
Madueke, I think it is.
Yeah, Madueke, yeah. So, I mean,
they're
big high-profile signings because they're all above 10 million.
A couple of them are coming in the summer. Obviously, we've got the recent one, Gasto, Gallo.
Deals, I think.
Well, that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah.
I think UEFA has now said they'll look at changing the length of contracts by rule legislation or whatever they want to do. Probably not by the end of the season, but the following season. I think they've looked at that because it's just. I mean, people hate it, but it's smart business from Chelsea. We've got they went out at the start and said we want to buy the best young talent in the world, and we thought, well, how are you going to do that? And they've shown us how they're going to do it. They've gone, well, we can do this because we've got smart. We've looked at it and thought smart way around it.
Yeah.
Let's grab them now, put them on our books, and then the thing is, if some of these players
by fair play, FIFA fair play rules either.
Not sanctioned by FIFA fair play rules. People say, but you're going to be you tie these players in. You're going to be paying their salaries and stuff. And it's like, well, you can buy and sell play. You can sell players over time, and that's a long time. And the way players cost over time, they only go up. Even if the performance goes down, against their performance, the value goes up with inflation, basically.
Yeah,
and it's massive. True. So we'll be able to sell players, and things will change over the next couple of years. But it means we can pick and choose.
Yeah, it's just, I guess the pressure's on that they have to perform really, so they can live up to that.
These are all young talent that want to perform.
I mean, they're all young, low 20s at least, aren't they?
Yeah. Like 18, 19, 20. Yeah. Datro Fofana has been pegged as the next Drogba. And even in the 30 minutes or so I've seen him play, when he got subbed on a couple of weeks ago, he was making much more positive movement in the forward position and more aggressive runs as well. So interesting to see how he develops.
We'll see how they get on really. Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Hopefully, Chelsea fans will want European football next year, even if it is maybe Europa League at this point.
It'd be good for us, I think.
Yeah.
Mate, I was saying we've won it all, but we haven't won the conference. Was it the Conference League, Europa Conference League?
Europa Conference League. Yeah.
So if we get that, we could grab that one as well and put that in the cabinet.
Quick note on Graham Potter.
Yep.
Good or bad? Because I don't think he has a say in the signings. I don't think he kind of just new signing. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got that power, but I don't think he's a good fit for Chelsea. I don't think he will last.
It depends.
He's a big manager. I don't know.
Well, we've always done that. So
yeah,
we've always gone. It's
100%.
It's worked, right? So we've historically, most of you will know, we've gone out. Abramovich, the owner, he's been harsh, very harsh, and fired managers when the performance has dipped below what we want as top title contenders, European Cup contenders, very quickly as well. And replace them with known European performing managers, class managers. What we've done now is we've gone. The team's in tatters. We're limping at the moment, and even though Tuchel's a fantastic manager, and we've basically sacked him on his 100th game, and of the first 100 matches, he's had the best record of any Chelsea manager.
Yeah, I think fans were annoyed that he got.
Yeah, and he loved the club, and it was really upsetting.
He definitely should have been given a new chance, especially with all this money coming in now. It would have made a difference.
Yeah, and I don't know what the conversation was, but I think it seemed to be that he wasn't aligned with what Boehly's bigger plan was.
Yeah, true.
He wanted to get experienced players and play a team that he could field, which was a European title contending team, which is what his job was. But what Boehly's doing is he wants to build a strong foundation for a club, a contending club that can compete with the likes of City and their money, and Newcastle and their money with their academies and things like that. So I think change attack.
Yeah, well, I don't think, personally, I've said it early on in the season, I don't think he'll last. I mean, I'd like to be proven wrong. I mean, we'll see what happens come the end of the season.
Yeah.
But if you don't get Europe or domestic, you're in Europe, aren't you? And the Premier League, I think that's just the only two competitions.
We traditionally tend to do quite well in Europe, regardless of how we do in the league.
Yeah.
We won the Champions League back in 2012, finished 6th, knocked Tottenham out of their Champions League slot for the next season. That was very good for us.
Europe and maybe a good run in Champions League.
Yeah.
Then maybe he might stay on, but we'll see. But anyway, that is sort of our question to you guys. Is Graham Potter going to be manager come the end of the season?
Or will it be Mourinho?
Yeah, well, there's talks he might come back, I think. Third appointment might be a push, but and also, do you think Chelsea are going to get Europe? Are they going to get Champions League, Europa League, or are they going to get Conference League? Get it in the comments below and let us know what you think. That's this week's Premier League PLP discussions. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Well,